is our set of Simba discs. They're a heavy set of discs. We're over at Alistair's. You've seen us, we were moulling over here earlier on. Young Hamish has been over here and done a lot of the moulling as well. Young Hamish is Alistair's son, and they like to do a little bit of helping out as well where they can. They've got a small tractor and some implements that they can help out with, like rolling, mole ploughing, basic cultivation, stuff like that. So yeah, what we're doing at the moment, if we look out the window, after the combine has been, we'll get out and take a look in a minute. But basically it picks the dirt up, throws it one way, and then the second set of discs, pick that dirt up, chop the straw, throw it the other way. You're mixing up all the soils, all the seeds, all the bits the combine missed, all the weeds. What you want to do is create a mat of soil for everything that didn't grow, everything that got missed by the combine. You want it to all grow now, and then you can hit it with a bit of Roundup, or you can cultivate it. If you don't want to use Roundup, you can recultivate and kill the weeds, kill the other plants that are coming up before drilling. This side of Alistair's farm is going to be spring crop. If we can get Keithy's Discorator over here afterwards, great, but what we want to do is just encourage everything to start growing. That way, have one go at killing everything off, and then before we go drilling in the spring, we can have another go, and it just means that for next year's crop, you've just got a cleaner crop to begin with. We've got to take control now. We're coming up to the headland, so I'm going to pull back on the lever. Whoops. Pull back on the lever, lift it out the ground. That lifts, it just picks the whole implement off the floor. And when I push forwards on the stick, it lowers it back down to the height that the farmer's set it. So we will cut ourselves a nice little block. You always want to run up the right hand side of where you go. So the next time I come back down that line, I need to be on the right hand side of it, and because at the end it throws it one way, and you want to keep throwing it that way. But you have to cut yourself a block out, otherwise you'll be forever going round and round the field, and that would just take you forever. You don't really want to be doing that. We're going to get ourselves on a line here, press the button, that will pull us in, put the cultivator down as soon as possible. But it's doing a nice job. We're actually quite impressed with the job it's doing. Across the other side of the farm there, we had oats last year, and we were really impressed with the job these were doing, that we were going to try and get winter wheat planted in there, because there's not much weeds about. The black grass is very minimal. We're going to try our luck with a bit of winter wheat up here. We haven't had winter crops up here for a while because of weed control. There's been a lot of weeds about, but since we've been doing the spring crops, it means you get 2 goes at killing the weeds in the year, so you start to control your weeds a little bit better. It's always a bit tricky in the picks. You've got to keep running round and round to get on your line. I've probably cut a too big a section there, but that will be okay. Whoa! Christ! There's a lump there. So let's start with what it looks like first of all. So you can see the combine's been through. You've got a little bit of straw there, and this is just a nightmare for drills and stuff like that. So you want to really try and chop it up and mix it in with the soil. Once you've done that, the worms love that. They'll pull it all down and they'll mix it in, and it's food for the worms and really good for your soil. So we chop it all up. That's what this does. Let's have a quick look over the machine. They're quite an aggressive set of discs. They're nice and heavy, so they stick in the ground well. You can see here, the first set, pick it up, they throw it up, it hits this, it all disintegrates. Quite heavy clay soil over here, not the worst we've seen. The stuff we've got back home is a little bit heavier than this. Yeah, it will chop up the straw, throw the dirt over, it's burying it, it's chopping it, it's mixing it, and all these clobs that I've got, these will all have weed seeds in them, so you want to break them up as much as you can. Ideally we would get the Discorator over here, but that machine, it's quite a slow process. It does a wonderful job. It lifts, cuts, and presses again, so you get essentially nearly 3 jobs in one go with that one. But at least with this, we're mixing the soil up, we're chopping the straw in, and if we don't, you know, if the weather changes and it comes wet, at least we've done something to encourage growth. Weed seeds, excess. This was spring wheat over this side. The top field did really well, and the rest didn't do quite so well. I think the top field did 2.5 tons, and for some reason these ones all laid a little bit wetter, and they didn't do so well in the end, and I think they laid at just under 2 tons to the acre over here, which was a little bit disappointing. We had high hopes for the spring wheats over here. So the second set of discs here, they're going to throw everything back over, so basically chop into the soil again. You can see it here, it lays it out here, then these will chop it, throw it back this way, and it also fills in the gap. You can see the gap here, the little furrow that is left, and it's going to throw that back into there, and it leaves quite a nice level surface then. Peter's ploughing, Keithy's discorating, so we'll get a look at those as well. And these are the primary cultivations that we use. We'd like to get another discorator really and have 2 of those going at the same time, because we do get better results after the discorator, because it lifts the soil, breaks it up, and allows water to drain through a lot better. So that's that. We'll put the drone up, have a little look, and yeah.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know. About to see the world in action, what we can be, life with no distractions. We'll get away, this is what we waited for.
We have finally managed to get over with Keithy. Keithy is just finishing up on the discorating. Got any more to do after this?
Yeah, 2 more fields.
2 more?
Yeah, after this.
How's it been going?
Hard.
Is it?
Yeah. Tight.
Does this tractor pull it alright?
Yeah. Slowed it up a bit, but it is hard work. It's burning some fuel.
But you probably need Rescue 1 back to help you.
No. It did help me out the other day. For a few days.
So yeah, Keithy had a bit of a problem with his 4-wheel drive system. It's right before we were about to trade it in, so a bit annoying, but had to be fixed, didn't it? Had to go off fixed. But we got it all sorted. Peter and Ollie Bishop came, didn't they? They got it all back together and got it. They had a new hub in the end.
Yeah, a whole new hub. It was cheaper to have a whole new hub than put all the bits in it.
Yeah.
How that works, I don't know.
So discorating, Keithy, what are we doing to the ground here?
Breaking it up, lifting it up.
So it does 3 jobs in one, this thing,
Yeah,
doesn't
it's like a sort of like a subsoil of tine. Lifts the ground, breaks the ground, and then the disc chop it up.
The disc chop it up, and then you've got a packer on the back to firm it back up.
And level it down.
And that is to allow things to start growing again, is it?
Yeah,
that does a better job.
Let the water in, let the water drain through.
Yeah. And after this sort of job, would you now leave this, if you were going spring cropping, you'd leave it as is? That's enough?
Yeah, I'll just sit like that all winter long now.
And
let it weather.
The weather then will break
it.
it.
Will work on it, yeah.
Yeah. The weather, the rain, the wind and the rain will break it all down. That does a better job than the machine sometimes.
Because you've mould ploughed it all as well. The water will drain through now. Should drain, stay dry.
Yeah. Yeah, we got over here, me and Charlie got over here with the mole ploughs, so this field's been mole ploughed as well, so it should do a better job, as long as, you know, it can get so wet, can't it, and the gullies fill up and there's nothing you can do, the water backs up onto the field.
Seals the top and
there's
can't get through.
No, but if you have a normal winter with some normal rainfall, I don't know what normal is these days, do you?
No, it's been normal for a while, a few years now.
But the last 2 years have been bloody
extremely
wet.
haven't they?
Yeah, which has done this field no favours. So this is going to be a lovely job, isn't it? It's going to be nice and loose again. There's going to be loads of drainage there. So if we have a good winter, it should be all right. Would you plant winter crops into here, Keithy, or is this destined for spring?
You could do. Well, I think it's going to spring barley, spring oats, I think.
Spring oats.
That's the last I heard. That's the plan.
Show people how you operate this machine. It's not that difficult, this one, is it?
No, just pick it up, let it down, basically.
And how
pick it up, turn around, let it down, go.
How do you set your depth? You said it's all on the back.
On the roller.
We'll get out and have a look at that in a minute.
Yeah.
So it goes down.
Set it down, get down to a set depth, and away you go.
Do you have to control the depth on your arms?
No, just let it down on the roller, let it right down.
Yeah.
On the roller controls the depth.
Sorry. You were saying this Discorator came with a different roller on the back, and when we get out we'll talk about that.
The first one did, yes,
Yeah.
It's the third one.
And this is a better roller on the back, isn't it?
It's a DD ring packer, which is not better.
Yeah.
The problems with the old one blocking, the scrapers were no good.
No.
It used to block in the scrapers and just jam.
Right. But they always take them, McConnell will always take them to the show, won't they?
Yeah.
And they've always got the other roller on, haven't they?
Yeah, they have started showing this one a bit more now.
But this is the better roller to have, isn't it?
Yeah.
And how wet can it get before it won't? Is it just, you know, like anything?
If it gets extremely wet, it will stop. It will stand the tractor still for starters, just won't get any grip.
Yeah.
Then the packers will build up with so much silt and straw, and it gets into tight.
Yeah.
Stops the roller going round and starts dragging.
Yeah. So like anything, there's a limit to
there
what
is
it
a
can
limit.
do and how wet it
It's
gets.
a big improvement on the old one though.
And where are you Where are you driving here? You're driving your
Just
wheel
off the previous line where it went before.
just up.
It's 3 metres wide, the machine. It's just slightly
So
wider.
you just run your tyre down this side of it, sort of thing.
Thereabouts.
Right, so we'll have a quick look. Keithy's going to explain how it all goes, because he uses it the most. Keithy does most of the discorating work. So
We've got 7 legs.
yeah,
You can have 5 or 7 when you
Yeah.
buy it. It's got 7. It's a better job because they're closer together.
yeah,
We've got shear bolts, brake back if you hit anything, and a brake back cylinder, pressurised cylinder.
yeah,
They'll take the shock. It will bend back on that cylinder.
yeah.
That's an option. You can have fixed leg, just shear bolts, or you can have those.
So instead of blowing a shear bolt every time, it will give on there
it'll give
first.
on that. You can see if you're getting real extreme hard ground, they'll start moving.
Yeah,
You can see that one's been moving.
yeah. You can
That
see.
one now,
Yeah.
probably one on.
You blown any of those this season?
Only one.
One. You've done one.
One the other day. Yeah.
Oh,
Those
I bet these are warm. Yeah.
Yep. New set of points on a week ago.
Right, so these are new set, are they?
Yeah.
How long will these last in our soils?
We get on the gravelier soil and Merton, they'll soon burn them out, but you can get probably 2 sets a year on a bad year,
Oh, right.
or a set and a half, something like that in a year.
Are they easy to change?
Yeah, all you do is take that off, take that clamp off, take that shim off, and then just knock it off.
Yeah. Those do the
Yeah, they
lifting
do the
and the
lifting
braking.
and the braking, and then you just follow behind and chop it up and level it out. Use this, double row this.
They chop everything up.
Yeah, chop and level, and then the DD packer on the back flattens it all down.
And you were saying they do a different roll to this, don't
Yeah, it's a smaller diameter roll. I can't remember. It's bigger diameter, smaller diameter in the centre.
they? Yeah.
It's got rings on similar to that, but they're not very deep. And then
they're-
they've got a flat scraper in the middle at the back.
Right.
As soon as it gets wet, that scraper blocks.
Right.
It tries to clean, but it doesn't. It's useless. It just blocks up and stops the roll.
No, so if you're
Slight
looking
bit
at
of damp in the ground, it just stops.
Right. So if you're going to have one of these machine spec, you
have a DD packer on it. This one.
don't have anything but, no?
These got scrapers, but they just clear the centre there. Well, the centre of that part of it. They keep it clean, but they will, in real bad condition, they'll block up with straw, and in a real soft ground where there's not a lot of resistance, it will tend to stop rolling and drag.
Oh, right. So you've got to look out for that. And does this roller add more weight?
Yeah, it's heavier.
So you need front weights on.
Yeah, you need good weight on the front.
Yeah.
It sticks out so far out the back as well.
Not looking back, eyes on the freeway, Bonnie and Clyde, a classic cliche, we're on the run, this is what we waited for.